All right, good morning, everybody. I am here with Christopher Marr, an esteemed personal injury lawyer in Putnam County. And personal injury is not his main focus, not his only focus, but one of his main focuses. So we want to ask you, Chris, this morning, what is the best way to get started, or how do you know if you have a personal injury case?
If you have a personal injury case, I tell people all the time it usually arises out of some sudden event like an accident, a car accident, a trip and fall accident. Somebody's working on a job site and something falls on them, or they fall on a job site. The best thing to do is to take whatever steps you can to record and memorialize what has just happened to you. I had a situation recently that caused me to remind people that you do it discreetly. You don't do it broadcasting to whoever's all around you that you're contemplating suing somebody because of something that just happened to you. I had a client who was in a parking lot at a pharmacy, and there was a big hole in the parking lot. The client tripped and fell in the hole in the parking lot and severely shattered her femur, which is the big bone in her leg. Her husband, understandably, was irate about it. He went to the store and made such a stink about it in the immediate hours after this event that by the time I got involved, the store had someone come in and pave over the defect. And I had to reluctantly tell the client that although there was a severe hole and you could see where it had been paved over, that nobody took any photographs of it. No engineer got in there and measured the dimensions of the hole, which you need in a situation like that, Tim. And that therefore there was nothing that I could do for them. The other instance that happened to me just yesterday that reminded me of many of these situations where in this time of the year, the freeze and thaw cycles of snow and ice on roofs causes very often an overflow onto a sidewalk. And I was walking on a sidewalk and suddenly there was ice and snow dripping off of a roof, caused a very serious slipping condition. And you have to take pictures of something like that while it exists. You can't wait until it's July, and that was a distant memory in someone's mind. So the moral of these two situations is that the person should take steps immediately. And today everyone has a phone, and today everyone's phone has a camera. And if people don't know how to use the camera, learn how to use it, because I'm constantly provided with photographs taken by clients in the immediate aftermath of these situations. But you want to be very cautious about what you do on your own. You don't want to, such as the guy who went into the store and was irate about his wife's accident. And he blasted the people, understandably, because where the hole was and the dimensions of the hole, which was right in front of the doorway to the store, it was obvious that this situation had existed for a long period of time. But he tipped off the so-called enemy, okay? And he tipped them off to the point where they did something about it before he got the chance to do something about it. If myself or someone who does what I do for a living had been involved, we would have taken a much different approach to it and just discreetly gotten the photographs, discreetly gotten someone in there who was an engineer to measure the dimensions of the defect and take some photographs before we alert the store. And then you have to speak to an attorney. And if you wish to speak to me, you can contact me at the contact information that's going to be posted on the bottom of this video.
Great. And I just put that up now. Tell me a little bit, give me just a few seconds on how long you've been in business there in Putnam, and you've been doing personal injury. What else do you address?
I've been doing personal injury work representing injured parties for 36 years in all the courts in New York, from Suffolk to Sullivan County on a regular basis. And I've been to every county almost in the state of New York on personal injury cases, including the federal courts. And that's the bulk of my practice. I also do family court work. I do Supreme Court work on matters that are not personal injury cases. I do a very heavy practice in criminal defense work. And again, I do that in all the courts in the greater metropolitan area on a regular basis.
Very good. All right. So then just to wrap up again, we're talking about personal injury and how important it is to record the incident right as soon as possible after it happens. Everything that led up to the incident and what occurred to yourself. Maybe you woke up the next day with a backache or some kind of injury which is more extreme than you tried to walk it off from, right?
Exactly.
Right. All right, very good. Well, Chris, I hope to do more updates with you in the future. Thanks for joining me this morning, and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Tim.